Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about banning users. It's very simple in our system. We have a list of possible causes, reasons you might give for the ban. For instance, hate speech, bullying, promoting terrorism, deliberate misinformation. If somebody spreads misinformation with some kind of agenda, usually it's an anti-democratic agenda. Then bots. You probably don't want bots without further control, without marking accounts as bot accounts. Spam is also not desirable. A bit more controversial is, of course, pirated content. But the fact of the matter is that in most jurisdictions, if there are copyright holder complaints, you will have to remove the content. And if it's repeat offenders, it might make sense to ban them. Now, there's also definitely illegal stuff like child pornography or selling drugs or, bomb making guides. This kind of clearly illegal content, of course, should result in a ban, usually a permanent ban immediately without warning. Then there is something, that is more in a gray zone where a user is just a troll and very toxic and just keeps, posting content that doesn't fit into the community. And that could be a reason for a ban. It depends a bit on the group, for instance. But generally speaking, you want to have that as a reason, and I called it here undesirable. Basically, that's declaring someone a persona non grata because they do things that just don't fit into the community. Then there's also there may be additional policies in the group or in the org. And for these, we can then refer to an additional rule, which is also just an integer value. But like on Reddit, you can have a set of rules, a list of rules, and then say, okay, you have been banned because you violated rule number 3, for instance. And for that, there is a rule field here in this structure. Okay, that's basically the reason for the bans. The rest is just an SQLite or SQLite database that records information about the banned user and the ban. And that's very straightforward. There's nothing special about it. When a user logs in, you would check in the database, is that user banned? And if they are banned, the connection is declined. Now, there's one thing that is perhaps worth mentioning about this, an implementation detail, and that is, if you look here, the blacklist is defined as an interface. And I do that with all databases. And the reason is that if it's an interface, it means that the back end, the implementation, can be switched out for another one. So right now, it's an SQLite database, but if more performance is needed, that could be changed. And for instance, probably if you want to scale, it will have to be a distributed database. And then what I can do is I can grab the distributed database and implement the simple interface, and then I can use the distributed database without further ado. So that's a neat way of keeping something upwards compatible without worrying about these kind of things right now, because right now this is irrelevant. I don't have to worry about scaling right now, but maybe later. And I do that with all databases. Other than that, it's all very straightforward. And that's how our ban system works. Moderation is a different topic, and maybe I talk about this another time. So I hope you like this video, and see you later. Bye.